You're going to love this. Trust me.
Yo, Dragon Ball junkies, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Josh bringing you another gameplay video for the Dragon Ball Super Card Game. We're bringing you Set 17 Ultimate Squad, the new yellow Piccolo leader. We've built a pretty much mainly yellow with a little bit of green and dual color green yellow thrown in there, and I'm really liking this deck, guys. It runs smooth, and just check out the gameplay. I got some fun games. We got everything, made everything happen that we wanted to make happen. So let's check it out right now, boys.
All right, guys, here we go. Narration mode. Game 1, we're playing against Nicolakai 009, who I've played against before. Playing against the new yellow meta cooler, or green meta cooler deck. And so that's pretty cool. I haven't tried this deck out, so we're going to get to see a little bit of what it does. This gameplay, specifically, we're going to see the power of Piccolo assimilated ability. So in this gameplay, that's really going to shine through. You're just going to see me develop a huge hand and control his board with Piccolo assimilated ability. So he's playing out, I don't have his cards pulled up in front of me right now, but he's playing out that new meta cooler card that lets him play out 3 tokens in rest mode, kind of like an Abuni for meta cooler. And it's my turn 3. We've got nails in hand. We don't really rely much on the nail play this game. We've got that 1-drop on board, and we're tapping 2 to do our Union Fusion, or not quite yet. Thinking about Awakening. So we tap 1 to play the nail out, and then Awaken to get our energy, untap 1, flip our leader over, and now we use that ability, use a card from under our leader to play out the green assimilated ability. So now we've established an assimilated ability on the board, and this is where the game gets fun. So we swing, we activate battle, we pop something, we draw a card. Then on his turn, he swings, we activate battle, we pop something, we draw a card. It just keeps going like that. It's pretty fun. I don't have energy up, so I'm not going to be able to do the nail ability to get the Piccolo fuse with nail out. So we're not really going with that game plan. We're just going to have to rely on our floodgates. We used a Nimbus there. We have no other floodgates in hand, though, so I'm really hoping I see another floodgate for next turn. I'm using assimilated ability, popping cards, drawing cards. Comes back to me, since we did Nimbus there. I'm not seeing... I have Forbidden Power, though. I do have Forbidden Power right there. Boom. So we're tapping a green, playing out our 1-drop, and I'm going to use 2 energy on that to go into another assimilated ability here. Or no, I actually went with the other. I went with Piccolo fused with Kami. It's a double strike crit. We swing. It forces a pan out of his hand. He floodgates this. We're going to combo a sellout onto the board because pan does not negate the attack. So I was trying to force him to take a double strike crit there, and he comboed out of it, which, you know, was kind of expected. One or the other is good. Either way, that was a 35k double strike crit. My hand is huge. And I've got the cell on the board. So it goes back to him. We just straight up Forbidden Power. Off the rip. You know, we got pans too. They're called Forbidden Power and Nimbus. Now, he gets a couple more attacks. Can rest some of my cards. He plays out a Demigra, Unison. Both of us at the beginning of this game said that both of our decks were subpar, rough drafts. But this build is pretty much what I've been stuck with. I've changed a few things about it. Changed a couple cards, but I like it the way it is. I'm excited to try out the the last to be revealed secret rare, which has been leaked, which I'm not going to talk about too much, but we know what it is. And it's going to be interesting to take out one of those cell super combos and put in another secret rare into this deck. Just a little hint. Now, I know at some point in this game, I get another. It comes back to my turn. Am I hard casting? I don't have the 1-drops I need. I was thinking about if I want to go into the Unison, lock down his energy, but he's got 2 life. I get another assimilated ability out. He charismatics my double strike crit guy, and I leave an energy up just because I'm planning on nimbusing again and having 2 assimilated abilities on board. Yep, there's the Nimbus on his first swing. And then he swings again so that he can do stuff. And I use my assimilated abilities twice, draw 2 more cards, combo off of Saiyan Instincts. My hand is huge right now. Nicola Kai's hand is getting low. And they're floodgated, so it's going to come back to me. 2 life. Not that many cards on the board, and I'm going to just be able to power through on the following turn. It comes back to me. Here we go. We got another energy. We hard tack a frenzied, or hard cast a frenzied Piccolo. Rip 2 cards out of the hand. Frenzied Warrior Piccolo is what he's called. Now we got some decent sized single strikes here. We see a dormant. No cards in hand though. And then a block. And I have no cards left, or I have no attacks left because of dormant. So I have to pass back. Nicola Kai gets another turn. We're at 2 and 1. And I just Nimbus off the rip. And I think we're saying that's pretty much game. I've got the Cell Xeno in my hand for the next turn. And that was it. As long as I had the floodgate, it was over. And we did. Now we're going against High Life. So first game was a win. Now the second game against High Life playing Green Videl. Green Videl's a cool deck. It has some hand control power. And it can go kind of crazy aggro. I can get a lot of 15Ks out, 20Ks attack, 15s and 20Ks out. So, turn 1 High Life gets the Unison, the Great Saiyaman. I'm on my turn 2. So the last game we got to see what the assimilated ability has the power of doing. In this game, I kind of get a little bit of the Piccolo fused with Nail skills going, but not enough. So I'm playing out a 1-drop. I definitely made some misplays in this game. One thing is I do play the Piccolo fused with Nail in this game, but I play it on my turn. And I immediately use the activate main, which High Life didn't call me out on it because technically with the timing I could activate main then. But what I didn't realize, because that was my first time playing the Piccolo fused with Nail, I thought it was an on play auto, which in the next game with Mario we will see. The reason I don't catch it in this game, which I played earlier in the night, or a different day totally, the reason I don't catch it in this game is because I played it on my turn. So when I'm using the activate main, but I'm thinking it's an on play, High Life doesn't correct me because I did play it and then I could activate the main. And then in the next game I try to do it again that way on defense, and Mario's like, well, the first time we didn't catch it, and then the next time we do catch it. So just something I mess up with in the next game. This game it doesn't really matter. You'll see. But see, the problem is the whole energy thing. So like with that arrival card, I need the mono green energy. I don't want to always be charging dual colors because I don't want to deal with energy exhaust or with energy exhaust. So I charge mono greens, but then more of my stuff is yellow energy. So I need yellow more than green, but sometimes I want green. So I would like to see a green yellow energy exhaust card that could work in this deck. But I've got 2 nails on the board, so and this is kind of a misplay I did again. I used just sequencing. I'm not going to be able to use either of those nails' ability because I only have 1 green and 1 yellow energy. So here, he's getting pretty aggro. High Life is getting pretty aggro. So this turn, I just arrivaled out that Krillin to rip a card from the hand and used my Cell, which came out on the board, and I survived that turn. So High Life went pretty crazy aggro that turn while I was talking, and I didn't want to block a bunch because I didn't have the energy to use my nail skill. This turn, we will make sure the nail skill can pop off. There goes a Dormant, which removes 1 of the nails. And my hand is low. I've got Cell Xeno in hand. I've got a Nimbus for floodgating next turn. But if anything happens to rip that Nimbus out of my hand, which it just did, there goes the Nimbus. Nimbus got pulled out of my hand. And so, anyway, from a counter, another skill KO'd the Nimbus. One of High Life's skills KO'd the nail and ripped the Nimbus out of my hand. So when that nail got killed, I tapped 2 to play out the Piccolo fuse with nail and lock down one of High Life's energy. Now I was thinking it was an on-play auto, but it was an activate main. Since it was my turn, that's why we didn't, it didn't get caught that I screwed up, because if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It wasn't really a screw up because he didn't know that I misunderstood it, because it worked, because it was main phase. But now High Life's gonna go aggro, just swing some stuff. I've only got 2 cards in hand. I've got 3 life left. I've got nothing going for me, so this is pretty much game right here. I had to combo out the Cell Xeno there. Now we take some hits. Took that. We're down to 2. And as soon as I see that other vanilla, I know High Life can go into another Great Saiyaman 2, which can go into another vanilla, and that's what happens. So then it's another 15k and a 20k. And I'm just taking these hits, trying to survive. But we do not have it. So that game we lost. That was a tough one. But I did make some misplays. So we're still learning the deck. But this is the last game with Mario. This is a very fun game. I'll just say that. But you will notice I end up playing 2 Piccolo fuse with nail in this game. The first one I play and Mario rests one of his energies. We don't even catch it. And then the next one I play, and I try to activate the on play auto, which I think is on play auto, but Mario tells me, "Oh, yo, that's activate main." So there's a misplay in this game, which you will see. But go ahead and get that 1-drop out. We charged our dual colored first turn. Now we have 2 of our 1-drops that go into our 4-drops on board. Mario's playing a Lord Slug deck. At first I thought it was going to be hand control Lord Slug, but it's not. This is different Lords. This is the other Lord Slug that is hand control in reverse. This deck actually feeds you cards. It wants you to have a big hand. So it feeds you cards, and then it punishes you for having all those cards in your hand. And I think Mario may have been trying to want to work in a mill strategy by making you draw a lot of cards to eventually mill you out. So there's my first nail. And I've got 2 yellow energy up. I'm awakening. Tapping 1 more yellow. Thinking about it. Not going to do it. Goes to Mario. I have 3 energy, so I block. Then I tap the 2 yellow. And you'll see I play out the Piccolo fuse with nail, put them under, and then I shake his energy and he taps it. That's a misplay right there from me thinking it was an on-play auto. It is not an on-play auto. And then in the next little farther into the game, that's going to happen again, and I'm going to tell him to rest it, and he's going to say, wait, it's an activate main, and then we both realize that I had been screwing up. So, but, you know, that's what testing is for, to learn the decks. You see how big my hand is getting, though? My hand is fat, boys, and I haven't even played the assimilated out, so you know, it's all right. We're at 5 and 4. Granted, Mario's deck is feeding me cards, too, on top of my deck feeding me cards. And we do come close to a mill out, actually. In this game, we get very, very low in deck. There's another nail. Leaving some energy up. I have floodgates. And I don't think Mario's deck is super aggro. It's more of like a weird deck. It's trying to do something tricky to you. It's not the normal type of loss you're going to take. So we use Forbidden Power and we block. And then we play out another one of these. So here is where I try to tell him to rest the energy, and then we start talking about it. And we're like, oh, it's not an on-play auto. So he did not rest any energy there, which is correct. But when it comes back to me, then I can activate main, give him barrier, and rest the energy. So that's what we do right there. And of course, like I said, Mario's always trying to do interesting things, and this is pretty cool. He's making us draw a lot, and he's got Oceanuses in the deck to make us mill out. So if we want to push through to do the damage, we have to worry about that Oceanus. So we do it here twice. 2 attacks. That's 8 cards we just lost. But that's how you have to get through an Oceanus. You have to kind of do some math, figure out how many swings you could possibly get, and your biggest swings, you have to swing through the Oceanus. You're going to have to lose some cards from your deck and maybe swing once or twice through the Oceanus, which gets you down into the danger zone. And if Mario plays the Black Smoke Dragon, he can rip 7 cards out of our deck, which I know he does in other decks. So luckily we're not seeing it here because I only have 7 cards left in deck right now. We're swinging, and basically our defensive game plan is leaving energy up and floodgate. Leaving energy up, floodgate. Leaving energy up, floodgate. Because we have no counterplays. I told him, I'm like, bro, there's no counterplays in this deck. I'm either going to floodgate you or I'm not. Look at the hand, though. Look at the hand we got against this slug deck. And here we go. Turn comes back to us. We've got to win here because we've only got 6, looks like 6 or 5 cards left in deck. So here's what we do. Tap 1. We search out a Namekian. We're down to 4 cards in deck. I don't care, because if I don't win this turn, I'm dead. So I got to win this turn, so I'm drawing cards. Now he killed some of my guys, but I have 2 cells in my hand, and I have a Piccolo assimilated on board. So those cells come out. Now I have 8 energy on board. He cell Kamehamehas, and I told him if he picks the cell Xeno out of his random pick there, that he would win, but he did not pick it. So we now have 8 showing on board for Successor. We're going to hardcast a 4-drop, play out the cell Xeno, rip 3 from his hand, leaving him with 1 in hand, and we have a dual attack quad striker for the game, boys.
All right, guys, let me know what you think of my Piccolo deck down in the comment section, guys. Please give this video a like if you like the gameplay. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you know when I make new videos. You guys can catch all these live gameplays over at twitch.tv/DragonballJunkie. Go check it out. You can jump in the game with me whenever you'd like, whenever I'm streaming. But until next time, I gotta go. Watch the video, watch the playlist. I'm out, boys. Later.